Eureka!
Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Saturday, and I am playing Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Path, the fan translation of Gyakuten Kenji 2, a game that was not released in the US or translated anyway, but a nice group of fans over at GBA Temp went ahead and did the translation. So hey, that's awesome. Now, there's a ton of people. I would recommend going and taking a look at the GBA Temp page for it. Look it up. There's a lot of people, things involved with just the regular text translations, the images, things of that nature. There was a little bit of voice acting that was done as well, which is really cool. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be diving into this. Like, it's nice to be playing a game that I wouldn't have had the experience to if this fan translation hadn't have been there. And it's kind of sad because I played Ace Attorney Investigations. It was a good game. I don't remember. I didn't look this up. Did the game not do really well in the States? Is that why the sequel didn't come out? I assume so. And I guess that happened during more of the cartridge days of software, so it's kind of hard to it's hard to just excuse that and just be like, okay, let's produce a whole bunch of more cartridges that the US will not pick up. But anyway, regardless, I am excited. But before we get started, I do want to say a couple of particularly boring type of things. So if you would just indulge me in just a little bit here. I just wanted to state right here, state for the record, I own a physical copy of Gyakuten Kenji 2. No bullshit. And actually, to punctuate this, I have got a thing set up today. Let's dive over to the 3DS tab, because I've set up my 3DS capture device today, just to show you here. Let's jump on over, and if we go over to this tab here, yeah, for some reason the audio isn't, oh right, because I didn't turn on you. There we go. Now you can hear the things. Yeah, that's the cartridge for Gyakuten Kenji, and it does work in the 3DS because the good news is that a long time ago, DS software had no region locking. So technically, this does work. I can start it, I can begin it, running it. But the problem is, yeah, now we run into this situation. I don't think I'm going to be able to play this game simply because of this. You know, I'm not going to be able to play Gyakuten Kenji because I don't know Japanese, unfortunately. I would like to know it, but I mean, on top of that, I would also need to be able to translate this stuff on the fly and also do voices. And good God, my head is going to explode. Oh, I should mention that, yeah, this is a used copy of it. So yeah, there is a save point, but I can't read it and I don't know what it is. And I haven't looked any farther into that. For the sake of spoilers and all that jazz. I don't know how much I could possibly get spoiled. I haven't taken a look at all of the individual chapters in here. I do know that there's a Miles one, though. Which, you know, surprise! Miles is in this. But anywho, no, I just wanted to say that, again, for the record. And the reason why I wanted to say this, and, you know, it might be a little bit weird for me to just be like, say, it's like, hey, look, I got a Japanese copy of the game. It's not just for the sake of showing off. Here, I'm going to back over to the main menu, just so we're not sitting in darkness. But the reason why I point that out today is because in order to do the fan translation of Gyakuten Kenji 2, it requires me to have a ripped copy of the ROM file for the game, which I have, and to take that and patch it using patching software. And since that patched file is going to be on my computer anyways, I'm just going to be using an emulator to run the game. Like, here's the thing. Theoretically, I could possibly load the patched ROM onto a flash card and run it on the 3DS today, but I'd rather not run any risk of damaging this really nice 3DS that has capture quality, functionality on it. Like, that just doesn't seem like it's not a risk that I really want to take. And on top of that, it's just kind of silly to be taking the extra step to be running it on genuine hardware. It's easier to just emulate it through my PC. Now that being said, though, this does not mean that I endorse piracy in any way. Like, I am very much against piracy. I am against playing games without playing them first, unless explicitly it's stated that the game's free. You know, in that case, go nuts. But I mean, heck, would I've gone to the trouble? Would I have really gone and spent the money and all the time and all the effort of getting my hands on this 3DS capture device or any of the physical game cartridges that I own if I believed in piracy or anything like that. Heck, would I have gone and gotten... If that were the case, I would have just gone and got the Ace Attorney Investigations ROM out in the ether somewhere, and then I would have just played it on the stream. But no, I did it directly on a 3DS, a legit one. So yeah, I hope it comes across that I in no way endorse piracy. Please support the developers and the publishers of the games that you play. Pay for the games and the services that you use. Don't do drugs, stay in school, and a whole bunch of other PSA type of messages that I could spew right about now. One other thing though, I am not going to be teaching anybody how to either rip game cartridges of the ROMs or tell you how to get your hands on them. Not doing that. This is not a tutorial on how to play this ROM. It's not how to rip like DS games or anything. This is just me playing it. If you want to learn how, Google. Just look it up. It exists out there in the ether. Just do some research. You'll figure it out. But I'm not doing that here. Now, that being said, let us go ahead and jump over to the DS tab, which I've specifically set up to be working on there, the emulator. And also, I can disconnect this thing. Don't need that anymore. It'll be nice to actually give my 3DS a little bit of a break. Because, yeah, it has been a trucker. Also, the plug is a little bit loose, and that kind of freaks me out. Anywho, I'll say one kind of cool thing about running it on an emulator. I have it currently set up on a gigantic, like, not landscape, portrait monitor right in front of me. Hello, Mario. How's it going? So, yeah, that's a little bit baller. I can just see a gigantic 3DS screen here. No, not 3DS, DS. Mirror. But anywho, I'm going to start the emulation now. Boot up. There we go. And there's the text at the bottom. Fan Translation, International Translation Group. Yes, yes. And apparently, this is basically the final version of it. This is just kind of freaky, and it's kind of awesome to be seeing, like, just the final product of it. Now, for the setup here, I have mapped a whole bunch of the controls to just an Xbox controller, and then for some touchscreen stuff, if it ever comes up, I'll just use my mouse. That's fine. I set it up so that you won't be able to see my mouse. So that's it. There ain't going to be any weird, any weird fourth wall breaking going on. There we go. I don't know. I'm kind of, I'm a little bit tempted. Nope. Nope, don't do that. Oh, shit. Hold on. Don't you do that. There. Well, I've learned how that works. There. It runs fine. It is good. Ooh, that's a little bit loud. Hold on. I'm going to scroll that back just a bit. I guess here. There we go. All right, I think we're just going to get things started here. I was taking a look at something. Anyway, hello, Mario. How's it going? And I'm going to begin episode 1, Turnabout Target. And hopefully, I don't have to worry about adjusting the volume too much. Episode 1, Turnabout Target. We're in a plane! There it is, we can see it. It's the emissary of peace from the east. The president's private plane is arriving at Gourd Lake. Oh my god, Gourd Lake. It's a little bit loud here. Can you hear it? The cheers of the crowd. Welcome, Zangfa Republic. Welcome, Mr. President. Mr. President, this way, please. Your audience awaits. Ooh, the president of Zangfa, yes. My dear friends, a few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed. This was possible thanks to your country's prosecutor's office. Oh no! Shit! Another international incident. From the bottom of my heart, I convey unto my utmost gratitude. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now. The hammer of justice shall be brought down upon the evil. Uh-oh. So who was shot here? Well, nuts. Hurry, contact the prosecutor's office. We need that man. Miles Edgeworth! If there's anyone who can solve this case, it's him! Hell yes. Dun 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 dun. Back in action, I suppose. Anyway, wow, that was loud. But I readjusted it a little bit on the fly. Let's see. I think here is about good. There. I just don't want it to get super loud again. Here, I'm gonna pop in my regular headphones. There we go. This is the first time really booting up the ROM and actually doing audio quality. There we go, good to go. Nice animated crowd. March 25th, 2:46 p.m., Gourd Lake Park audience area. Music's a bit quiet now. Here. I have no idea what's good like volume, what's like bad volume. Here, I guess I'll monitor it for just a little while longer. Just to be sure. Okay, audience area. Oh, and I also need to be clicked on the window. Shit. Hello, Miles. How's it going? Word of this must have reached every corner of the world by now. An assassination attempt on the President of the Republic of Zhengfa. An attempt? Is he dead, or is he currently in a hospital? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. I was asked to investigate this grave incident, but upon my arrival... There was a gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth! We've been waiting for you, sir! Hey, dude. This man is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct who assists me on all cases under my jurisdiction. What is the president's current condition? I'm still not sure, sir. The paramedics just entered his plane a few moments ago. I see. I hope it's nothing too serious. Bullets. That is very serious. Very well, detective. Please show me around the crime scene. Roger that, sir. Well, I'm lazy today. Hey, mister, just... Whoa, what? Who? Who are you? What? What do you want from me? My adoring public. What's this? Oh. Mister, you're the prosecutor in charge around these parts, right? Can I ask you a little something real quick? I'm afraid I must refrain from commenting for now. Let's go, detective. Ugh, paparazzi. Hey, wait, Mr. Prosecutor! Hold on, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait for me, sir! Depends on where the bullet hit. True. Crossing my fingers that it wasn't in the chest. Now then, detective, care to fill me in on the details? Stop saluting and explain yourself! Basically, the whole thing happened here, in Gourd Lake Park. There's a lot of blood on Gourd Lake, I swear to God. There was a big welcoming event for the President of the Republic of Zhengfa. The President of Zhengfa, Di Jun Huang. As I recall, newspapers and news programs were making quite a deal over his visit. It definitely would be. It rained a bit, but it stopped just before his plane landed. He came out, and all of a sudden, in the middle of his speech, bang! A gunshot! At least I think it was. What do you think it was? A small explosive round on his chest? Huang is pronounced, Wang. Ah, I see. Okay. I'm gonna try and remember that one. You think? Exactly. Truth is, I just got here as well, so I don't know all the details, sir. So, you were also called here on short notice? Yep. And today was supposed to be my day off. Maybe you'll be paid a little extra. Who am I kidding? And I was supposed to be at the High Prosecutor's office preparing a case for a trial. The Chief Prosecutor asked you, for you personally, sir. The Chief Prosecutor? The Chief Prosecutor was taking part in the welcoming event. Apparently, the Chief called out right after the incident occurred. Call Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's the only one who can solve this case, he said. I see. So that's what happened. After the incident, we sealed off the park right away. Which means the assassin is still in the park. Uh-oh. Controversy. An assassin in the crowd? This could get dangerous, sir. If there's another incident, these civilians could get in harm's way. So that means we must be very ginger about this. Very well. I think I'll just start, like, shaking people's hands. It's like, hello, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a murderer? Are you a murderer? No? Oh, okay. This is a race against time. Let's begin the investigation first. We investigate the crime scene and gather some information. It's him, brown hat guy. And that's it. Just like capture somebody, call it a day. Precisely. There's no mistaking it. The president was targeted with a gun. Logic. This is something I'll have to keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe, where was security at the time of the gunfire? The police were only in charge of guarding the park's perimeter. The president was being protected by his own personal bodyguards. It's those guys over there. Why don't you try to talk to them, sir? I don't know, they're intimidating looking. Both of them appear to be the exact same man. To talk to someone, press the A button while standing near them. Oh, thank you, Miles. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I've mapped it to the D-pad, which... Yep, that feels natural enough. Although the D-pad on the Xbox controller is a little bit shite. Just a little bit. Unless you have one of those fancy-smancy the amazing ones, or the ones where you can swap out the D-pad. But, hey, whatever. I can spin in place. Wait, no. Talk. What do you want? You want the president's bodyguard, correct? What was the president's security detail like during the speech? The president had his two best men by his side. The rest were stationed near the stage area. We are professionals. We constantly keep our eyes on the crowd, scanning for any signs of suspicious activity. Is logic on L? Good question. I'll have to test that one. I don't know. I basically mapped it based off of what the configuration was on this emulator. So I see. I mean, even if I don't have something mapped on something, I could just use my mouse and click on stuff. Like for instance, in other words, security was flawless during the president's speech. Click. And I'm not against that. Let's keep going. We should talk to other people and examine anything suspicious in order to collect the remaining pieces of information from the scene of the crime. Nope. I see, so that's how you round up your info. Okay, I'm gonna stop listening to my own voice for a second, and I'm gonna swap to some different headphones, because holy shit. That's maddening. How can you deal with my voice? Anywho. So what do you do with all that info after it's squared away? Someone in the crowd is making quite a ruckus, but I don't have time for that now. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, tell me how, please. After gathering some pieces of information, you try to find the connections between them. Detective! Hey now, don't be such a stick in the mud. What's this about finding connections? You connect the two pieces of information that share a link. Yes, common human knowledge. That's how I do the thing. That's Mr. Edgeworth's specialty. It's called logic, pal. Press the L button to use logic and the X button to connect my thoughts. X button. I don't think that's mapped in anyway. I should start by pressing the L button to use logic. Yep, I got it mapped. Sweet. Anyways, shooting the president. Even under such tight security, the president was fired at during the speech. And then security was flawless. Any suspicious people would have been noticed. This sounds a bit like an inside job to me. Okay. And then to actually execute, let me see which button is mapped here. Oh, yeah, the X button. Done. Someone was able to fire a gun under flawless security. And then they were able to avoid being spotted by professional bodyguards. This is no easy task. There had to be a certain amount of preparation beforehand. It's very likely that the president's assassination was a premeditated crime. I expect nothing less from Mr. Edgeworth. What brilliant logic, sir! What a sham. I'm a genius. Genius, genius, genius. I know how to think. Yes, well, when you follow the facts and find a connection, you will begin to see the truth. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray farther from the truth. But if I think carefully before piecing the leads together, the logic should flow. By the way, I will need the mic in this game. Set it to what the fuck? Really? No shit. Well, let me see if I can do that on the fly here. Where is the controls? Which one of these things is the mic? I don't know. I can't even tell. Is it the LID command in here? I am not sure. Also, I don't know if I should actually map it to a trigger, considering the fact that the Xbox One controller, when it comes to mapping the controls of it, it's actually a little bit broken, because the triggers work very differently from previous Xbox controllers. Like, it's got a weird X and Y interface, where, like, X is depressed, and then Y is pressed, and depending on how little or how much you're pressed in either one of them, it triggers. It's more accurate, but it's very stupidly difficult to be able to map it out if you're trying to map just the controller to anything. I won't need to tonight. Okay. Well, that... set it to a button I'm not... Well, I don't think Y is pressed, so I might do that. I don't remember actually... Hold on a second. I'm going to look at my my controls real quick. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Y and X have kind of been pre-set up here. Awesome. Hey, I'm cool with that. Anyways, Gourd Lake Park stage. Okay, let's start by examining everything we can. To examine, I approach anything that looks suspicious and press the A button. And if I want to consult with Gumshoe, I press the Y button. Very nice. Okay. I could talk with you friendly folks, but I don't want to. This is... Oh, dear God! Yeah, I was surprised too. No matter how you look at it, it's definitely... the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai, warrior of Nero, Tokyo. A hero from a popular TV program. Popular with both children and adults, it has broad appeal. Why would they use a Steel Samurai balloon at the welcoming event, sir? Maybe they like him. I don't know. People seem to really like him. Perhaps he was chosen as the hero to represent our country. That's sad. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, so got some flowers. These flowers were delivered from a foreign country. I don't even know their names. Yeah, my favorite flowers are roses and carnations. Because when I see roses, I think of weddings. When I see carnations, I think of birthday parties. You're probably just thinking about all of the cake you're allowed to eat. Please don't be so blunt about it, sir. He's a starving man. I would say starving artist, but... Has Gumshoe ever drawn anything? I'm trying to remember that. Anywho. Poor Steel Samurai balloon. Looks so miserable. Indeed. What did it do to deserve such a fate? According to witnesses, a gunshot was heard when the balloon popped. Did a bullet from the gun hit the Steel Samurai balloon? Neat. Maybe it was an assassination attempt on the Steel Samurai! There's a man that is currently bleeding right now, Gumshoe. No jokes. To desecrate the Steel Samurai like this? This is a serious crime. He made a frequency tracker in school. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I don't know if that's called... I don't know if that would be considered art, but... close. Detective, we must not let this reprehensible assassin get away with this.
Of course, sir.
Okay, now we have that as evidence. Then we got... Well, we have the flag, or I think the flag? Yes. It's the flag of the Republic of Zhengfa. Its symbol appears to be a phoenix motif. This is...
What is it, sir?
Haven't you noticed? There's an unusual spot on this flag. Compare it to the flag on the opposite side of the stage.
There isn't a speck of dirt on it. The flag's spotless, sir.
Yes, that is what the flag is supposed to look like. However, there is one spot on this flag that's out of place.
Where is it, sir? Please explain so I can understand.
What a helpless man. I suppose I should point it out to him. Move the cursor to the unusual spot on the flag and press the X button to present. Okay. Well, I see a weird green thing right about here. Take that. There's an unusual hole in this flag. Oh, dear. Oh, I see. It's not a green thing. It's an actual hole. Dang. I thought maybe it was like a leaf or something.
Oh, you're right.
It's kind of difficult to tell when you're literally working with, I think, 10 pixels. Judging from the burn marks around the hole, it appears to be a bullet hole.
A bullet hole? Then the bullet from the gun must have gone through the flag.
Got it? I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Well, hold your horses. Meh. Don't think so. Anything else? I mean, we've checked that. I kind of want to check everything I got here. A gun was fired during the president's speech.
I remember when I had to give a speech in grade school. What an awful day. Right in the middle of my speech, an earthquake broke and shook the classroom, sir.
That really is awful. I don't do well with earthquakes myself.
Are you listening to me? You're ignoring me, aren't you, sir?
I heard the thing about the earthquakes, sir. You should know how I am about those things. I freeze in my steps. What are you up to, sir? What is he taking pictures of? The hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil.
Looks like he's reading the speech notes on the floor, sir.
Guide to Public Speaking 3. Speak slowly and yet loudly with confidence, it says. I see, so that's how it's done. I guess I'll take another photo. I have an objection to his behavior at work. That's okay. So we got this stuff. An apple red balloon is floating in the soft breeze coming off from the lake.
When I was a kid, I used to send letters by balloon. That's when you tie a letter on a balloon and let it float away, hoping you'll find a pen pal.
That's an interesting method of communication. Did you acquire any pen pals?
Actually, I never found one. I don't even know if my balloons made it out of my backyard, sir.
Ah, that is pathetic. They didn't even get that far? What were you filling them with? Like, were you literally just blowing them up with your own breath? And like,
go balloon! Oh, it didn't go anywhere.
Have you found any traces of the assassin? Nope, none at all, sir. No fingerprints or footprints of any kind. It's because everyone's touching everything and walking wherever they want. Detective, don't you think that was a bit out of line?
I agree, sir. I'll report it and see that it shows up in his next salary assessment.
You have no such power, sir. Alright. So I could walk down here and talk to you. Who are you? Mr. Prosecutor, how's this here investigation coming along? It's that woman from before. I cannot disclose any details concerning the investigation to the general public. Oh, help a gal out here, Mr. Prosecutor. At this rate, I ain't never gonna face my mentor a lot. Oh, good fucking shit. That name just now sounded familiar. It's probably just my imagination. Oh, no, it's not. Great. So, apparently she's got an underling now. How did that happen? Okay. So, Got ourselves a ruptured balloon, a flag with a bullet hole, and an assassination attempt. The president was targeted during a speech. This was likely a premeditated crime. Burst at the time of the gunshot. Was it hit by a bullet? Right side of the stage, bullet hole. I mean, I would make sort of the connection that both of these things were shot on the right side of the stage. By that extension, the bullet came from the right side. So let's see if that's enough. Yes! As a result of the gunshot, there is a bullet hole in a flag and a ruptured balloon.
That must mean 2 shots were fired, sir.
Or one really crafty one. If we include the shot that hit the president, it's possible that 3 shots were fired in total. Unless it's one really clever one. No, it's also possible that the flag and the balloon were punctured by the same bullet. If only we could be certain about the number of gunshots. Well, do we have testimony to specify who did, who didn't? Now then, let's continue the investigation. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! If you find anything new, could you please let me know? I've been wondering for a while now, but who exactly is that woman?
I thought she was just a nosy onlooker, but it looks like she's investigating too.
Hey, please, I'm begging ya! Ah, dang it. In order to figure out how many shots were fired, we'll need to talk to a witness. Was she here? It can't be helped. Let's try talking to her. Huh, Mr. Pierce? Project... Excuse me. The name's Nicole Swift. Just between you and me, this case is gonna be my exclusive scoop. Exclusive? Excuse me, madam? Miss Swift, could you tell me what you witnessed? So how's your investigation coming along? Get your microphone out of my face. I am not going to become a martyr to this man. Y'all gotten a suspect yet? Where'd you get that frilly doohickey around your neck?
Could you please stop talking for a moment? I will be the one asking the questions.
What is this, an interrogation? I reckon I was gonna get myself an interview. I'm sorry. You work under my rules, and if it's an interrogation I want, it's an interrogation I get.
I'd like to know how many gunshots were fired. Can you please tell me what you saw?
Well, I guess... I ain't tell you nothing.
What?
My life depends on info. I ain't giving it up that easy.
Don't be selfish, pal. Won't you please cooperate with us?
A man is dead. Please help. Selfish? If you ain't gonna share no info with me, then I'm gonna go get it from somewhere else.
Oh, wait a minute, pal.
If I wait, are you gonna give me what I want? If not, adios, amigos.
She won't budge. We're at a stalemate here.
A stalemate? I wonder about that.
Ooh, what do you mean, sir?
As you know, chess is one of my hobbies. How does one go on the offensive against a defensive opponent? There are many tactics available on the chessboard.
Really? I don't know much about chess. I prefer checkers.
Even if it appears to be a flawless defense, there is always an opening. Observe as I break down her defense with my words. Fun fact, translation team remade Nicole's sprite. As her jacket said, I fly. The airline's not called I fly. Oh, yeah, very nice. So that's what I was talking about. There was a little bit of art changes that happened when it came to this game, as well as some custom voice acting. There's also a whole bunch of tiny little elements that were improved on, and I appreciate very much just the amount of work that would have had to go into this. In order to get her to talk, I'll need to use the right strategy. Using the image of a chess game, I need to stay one step ahead of my opponent. And how do I do... Oh my god, chessboard! Now then, let's analyze the situation. Until you give me some info, my trap's sealed shut. Wow, chess minigame. That's weird. She has her guard up, so this is her defensive strategy. If I waste too much time, she may grow impatient. I need to pay attention to the time limit. Oh god, time limits on shit. I hope this is easy.
I must not be careless with my words. When my opponent becomes agitated or aggressive...
I told you I ain't talking, you stubborn as a mule.
For example, during times like this, I should calmly wait and see how things play out. The moment my opponent shows an opening, I'll be able to strike. First, I should ask her about her identity. Now, let us begin.
Little bit of human psychology, eh? Logic chess. Sweet. Seems open now.
First, could you tell me your occupation?
No way. If I told you, then you might get the wrong idea.
The wrong idea? In other words, it's a job that you cannot tell others about?
I never said that. I ain't some kind of suspicious person. I'm gonna wait. I'm just your run-of-the-mill modern citizen.
Please, excuse my rudeness. I did not mean to offend you. I may not know the details of your job, but I'm sure that it is a reputable one.
Well, you might be giving me too much credit there. I ain't even done any major articles yet.
Ooh. I heard you mention articles just now. Does your job involve writing articles by any chance?
I see how this works. Okay. Dagnabbit! That's right. I'm an investigative reporter. A bona fide, up-and-coming news journalist. Well, better than what we were working with before, which was quite literally ghosts.
I see. A reporter. She may already have some information about the case. This will be my next line of questioning.
Ooh, and I get my health back after that.
This is where the real battle begins. I'll need to draw out even more information from her.
Did you witness the thing?
Were you present at the time the incident occurred?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how about some of that info you promised me?
No, ladies first, I insist.
I told you my trap's sealed shut. You ain't getting my info that easy. Okay, let's not pry. I don't want to pry. This is my livelihood here. Please, I'm begging you.
If you stick your head in too deep, you may be putting yourself in danger.
I'm a pro after all. A few gunshots don't scare me.
You heard gunshots? I'll admit you're dedicated to your job, however, you still have much to learn. The fact that you heard the gunshots clearly means that you were present during the incident. You must have seen something.
Ooh, that is a strong king. Busted again. I just happened to be here covering the speech, and that's when it all went south. That's all, I swear. I ain't saying another word.
So she was here to write an article about the speech. She should still have the materials she gathered from her for her article. This could be a useful clue.
Alright, what's the content of your coverage?
You said that you are a reporter. Did you come here to gather news material?
If you want to know that bad, give me some info first.
No, you first. Show me what you've gathered.
Honest to Betsy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me try using that clue.
Yes, I see.
Are you telling me that you came here to gather materials and you left empty-handed? You should still have the materials you collected with you.
That's a... Darn tootin', I'm a pro. I collect info with my own 2 feet. That's why I ain't giving it up without a fight.
As the prosecutor in charge of this case, I am making a serious plea for your cooperation.
Don't you mess with me. I ain't handing it over, and that's final. I'm just messing with you.
Sorry, but I'm just messing with you. Do you have a problem with that?
What? If you're messing with me, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. I won't give you nothing, no matter how much you beg me.
I went too far. I mustn't be careless with my words.
Shit. And then time goes down.
When the opponent is agitated, I must calmly wait and see. But when they let their guard down, I mustn't hesitate to strike.
Okay, so let's try and go for that content again. You first, show me what you gathered. You must have those materials. Cough them up, madam. See, don't you mess with me. I'm gonna wait and see this time. Mm-hmm. Please understand where I'm coming from, Mr. Prosecutor. Being a reporter is a tough job, isn't it? Yeah, so you're finally getting it? How's your job performance been? Well, I'm always trying to be the best reporter I can be. This here tape recorder, I always carry it by my side.
Let me see that tape. I see. If you're trying to be the best reporter that you can be, then it would be unnatural for you to not have collected any news material. You recorded it on your tape recorder, didn't you? The information regarding this case?
Doggone it! There goes my exclusive scoop. That's right, I have it on my tape recorder. All the information I recorded from my articles right here.
Check mate.
Well, that's a fun new minigame. I like that. It's very silly, but okay. Also, it almost gives Miles Edgeworth an actual superpower now. It's being like, I am very, very good at logic. I mean, like, he already was, but it's like, I'm very good at negotiation. That is amazing, Mr. Prosecutor. Before I knew it, you done had me chattering like a chipmunk.
Let me hear what you have on that tape recorder. If I listen to the tape, I should be able to determine the exact number of gunshots.
He now has logic, chess, and I'm trying to think of like what the next superpower would end up being. I don't know. Let's see, logic, chess. What other things? Maybe just like some kind of book attack, because he's got a crap load of legal books. Fine, but I won't let you have it for free. Other than my mentor, you're the only person to push me this far. In other words, you're gonna be my second mentor. Yep, that's how it's gonna be.
I see. It's kind of like a second home, sir.
And I got one more request. A 24-hour exclusive interview. Please, Mr. Prosecutor, this is my first and final request as your apprentice.
This is difficult to accept, but unless I agree to it, I won't be able to listen to the tape. 24 hours is out of the question, but I will grant you an interview after we solve this case.
What about being my second mentor?
Also out of the question.
Aw, don't be so ornery. Well, I guess you take what you get. It's all for my sake and my new scoop. Time to get the ball rolling. Let's begin our exclusive coverage.
Well then, Miss Swift, please begin the playback of the tape recorder for me.
Click. Okay. My dear friends, there's a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed.
My fault. I see. This was the president's speech.
The president passionately addressed the crowd. He's deflating the rumors flying around a recent decline in his approval rating. This is my own commentary. I tried to create the feeling of actually being there. According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this. Seem quite pleased that the Atagarasu incident has been resolved. Well, of course, it's a great honor for us as well.
Whose voice is this?
Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was the two older men. They kept on whispering to each other.
Where have I heard this voice before?
I have no clue. Oh, the gunshot's coming up. So much excitement. President raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. 2 shots, gotcha. What tarnation? Whoa, 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 whoa! Terrifying. It seems that 2 shots were fired. And what do you reckon? Very well. It's quite simple, really. Using the bullet's trajectory, we can deduce its flight path. 2 shots were fired, 1 bullet hit the president. That means the other shot left a hole in the flag and punctured the balloon. Do you understand now the location of the perpetrator who fired the gun? The bullet that struck both the flag and the balloon was fired from here. It was fired from the grassy knoll area. I don't like to make that kind of comparison, actually, now that I think about it. It's been a very long time. Maybe, okay. Over here. That's right. The perpetrator definitely fired his gun from here. Would them bullets really hit the mark from there? It's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about here, pal. I'm sure he has amazing logic to back it up. Lozenge. And when it's all said and done, he'll show you another one of his brilliant deductions. I'm looking forward to it myself. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Do your thing. Wait a second. Let me think.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, don't push yourself too hard now.
This isn't the right spot. Shit. 2 shots were fired, certain of it. Follow the direct path of the bullets. Shit. Point where 2 paths cross will reveal the location of the shooter.
I thought maybe he was over here. I'd have to take a guess that this time he was likely behind him, I guess. Maybe I'm not thinking correctly. Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
Over here. That's right, the perpetrator definitely fired his gun from here.
Would them bullets really hit the mark from there? Oh, shit. Okay, maybe I'm not thinking about this correctly. Shot the president and then shot this direction? That doesn't seem right, but or not. Okay. I guess right about. I'm having a difficult time trying to figure out why the hell somebody would shoot 2 completely separate directions. That's my problem with this. Fucking shit. What are you trying to hint at me, game? How big of a box is this? Oh boy, 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 oh boy. If I fail this, then that's my own fault, so no hints on this. Ah, it's over. Okay, god damn it. By connecting the bullet marks from the flag and the balloon, we learn the bullet's trajectory. It's likely that the bullet was fired from the left side of the audience area. Just what I expect from Mr. Edgeworth. Failing several times and then getting it right. Well, I guess at this stage, I'll save. How quick is the saving now? Basically the same thing. Guess it's emulating the speed of the saving too. All right. Detective Gumshoe, I would like to investigate the left side of the audience area. Yes, sir. Wait, you mean we have to move all these people? Yes, there's no time. We could be losing vital evidence for every second we let slip by. We must hurry. Yes, sir. Mentor number 2. Hey, mentor number 2.
Miss Swift, I assume you are addressing me.
Of course, mentor number 2. This is my time to shine. I'm an expert at crowd dispersal. Light the torches, release the hounds, and run them down.
I appreciate your help, but please do not use those methods. Also, please stop addressing me as your mentor. I never agreed to that position.
I hear you. I'll try to keep that in mind, mentor. I mean, Mr. Prosecutor. The police can take care of it just fine. Mr. Edgeworth, we're ready to begin the investigation, sir. Mr. Swift, oh wait, Miss Swift here, was all over the crowd helping us round them up.
This ain't nothing compared to my first mentor's mob wrangling skills. She seems to be used to this sort of thing. Dang.
However, Miss Swift, all that running around seems to have caused your clothes to be covered with mud. I'll take care of the cleaning bill if you like.
Yeah, you're talking about my parka. Don't you worry, you fancy little head about it. It's reversible, so I can just flip around later as good as new. And then you have mud on your skin.
That won't do much for mud stains, though. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's restart the investigation, sir. Crowd has made a mess of the crime scene. I hope some traces of the criminal are still left behind.
Okay, oh god damn it. What the hell are you doing here, Payne? This is a terrible incident indeed, Mr. Edgeworth.
Who is this man again?
I, Winston Payne, am willing to assist as a prosecutor.
He's a prosecutor?
Yeah, where the hell have you been?
Why did you come here today?
I accompanied the chief prosecutor.
His voice sounds like the one that I heard on the tape earlier. Oh no. Was he the one of the men standing in front of Miss Swift? And where is the chief now?
The chief is a busy man. He had special permissions to leave this premises.
The chief called me here and then left by himself? I'm not completely satisfied with this.
Great. Okay, so we got a bunch of crap lying on the ground. I talk to you, I guess.
You are with the television crew, are you not?
Oh, that's right, but...
Then you must have recorded the speech. I'd like to see the footage.
Yeah, about that, that will be difficult.
What was that, pal? It's your duty as a citizen to cooperate with investigation.
After the incident, the guests knocked over the TV camera in the panic. All the footage was lost. Oh, come on. You could easily take... Oh, good. No. Bullshit. You could take whatever VHSs that might have accidentally broke when you did that. You could fix them in some capacity.
If there was any footage left, it could have been vital evidence. Yeah, it's too bad, sir.
Ha 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 ha. Well, who?
What was that?
Looks like you're in a jam, Mr. Edgeworth. Whoop.
That voice. Kay!
Hey, what are you doing? Long time no see, Mr. Edgeworth. The hero of justice. Kay Faraday is here to save the day.
Hero. I guess she would refer to herself as a heroine. So, have you given up on this great thief business yet?
Nope, haven't stopped. I'm just on vacation. I'm still in training to become the second Yatagarasu.
About 2 weeks ago, the girl became involved in one of my cases. The mysterious phantom thief, the Yatagarasu. The case of a gentleman thief who steals the truth for the sake of justice. This girl is the successor to that great thief.
If you need to pick a lock or untie a rope, leave it to me. But since I'm still in training, I haven't actually stolen anything yet.
Kay, what are you doing here?
It's only been 2 weeks. The life of a prosecutor, I swear to God. Isn't that obvious? I want to join the festivities.
She does seem to have a fondness for these kinds of events.
Afterwards, I thought I'd meet up with you guys.
Well, we're glad to see you. You look you've been doing well, pal.
It's been a while, Gummy. I'm glad you're well, too.
Kay, you said earlier that you could help me out.
Please, don't be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I took a photo that captured the exact moment of the crime.
I see. Could you show it to us at once?
The same as usual, I see. Can't you can't you act even a little surprised? Yeah, that prosecutor's always in a sour mood. He even got annoyed when I called him my second mentor. Oh, by the way, I'm Nicole Swift, up-and-coming investigative reporter. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's really...
Enough idle chit-chat. Can you please just show us the photo?
Fine. Here. Oh, dear. What? That red dot on his head better not be what I think it is, or this is a very bad situation. This is a photo I took right at the moment of the gunshot. It was awful. Everyone in the audience was running in panic. This photo depicts the president and his 2 bodyguards. What is this? Thank you, Kay. This will be a very important clue. Oh, you got that sharp look in your eyes. Did you find something, Mr. Prosecutor? In this photo, there is a contradiction. This photo, I don't see nothing. If you don't understand, then I'll show you. The scene captured in the photo and the evidence I have on hand. By comparing the two, I'll find the contradiction. Will you? Well, what button? Ah, there it is. Let's see. We'll just checking this real quick. I mean, I clearly see that there isn't a red dot on his head, so I really hope this was not shot through the head. That would be horrifying. Something about the bullet's trajectory, maybe? Perhaps, I don't know. I do feel like that might have something to do with it. It's time for my deductive skills to come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. His tie! Nope. Thank you, game. I made the assumption it was there. Once I found the contradiction, I pressed the X button with conviction. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. I would have to say the newspaper article, because you can clearly see that there is absolutely nothing there that would have anything to do with the... So you said something about... Oh, hey, yeah, the Y button is actually connected. Let me test this. Eureka! No, apparently my mic is not connected. Gotcha. His tie is not black and white like a real chessboard pattern. Exactly! Anywho. Miss Swift, this newspaper contains a photograph of the president. I'd like you to compare it with the photo Kay took at the scene. What do you mean? Oh! That's right! There's something on the president's forehead that wasn't there before. Is that a mole? Mm-hmm. Certainly looks like a red mole. Not to me. That's foolish. It's hard to believe that a mole would pop out of thin air like that. Maybe a bug hit him, sir. That's all. I thought you were onto something. Turns out it's just an itty-bitty bug bite. You were talking with such a serious look on your face. I was getting all excited. The way to the truth always begins with small contradictions. Oh, it's a great way of putting it. I'll be using that for my article. Don't you quote me. You harlot! Charlatan! Alright, so we got that information. And now we have a K. It's a news van for the local media. The tires are stuck in the mud. That reminds me of the time when I helped push your car out of the mud, sir. You just drove off and left me behind. I was totally bummed out. Now that he mentions it, I do seem to recall something like that happening. But 15 minutes later, you did a U-turn and came back to pick me up. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I knew you wouldn't forget about me, sir. Yes, of course not. Except for those 15 minutes, of course, sir. It was a stressful day. Oh boy, trash can. Y'all need to go through the garbage? You prosecutors got a tough job. Detective Gumshoe, I don't need to go through the garbage. Right away, sir. So, it's the detective's job to go through the trash. Prosecutors don't want to get dirty their hands. Let's see here. Hope I find something good. Hey, a half-eaten sandwich. I got free lunch. The detective seems to be a little too eager about searching through the trash. This is a winning popsicle stick. Detective! Sorry, sir.
let's see, something related to the case. Look what I found, sir!
Boy, you stole someone's purse.
Yes, good work. Let's have a closer look. I'll need to view this object from various angles to uncover the truth hidden within. Yes, sir. Just give me the word and I'll spin the evidence round and round, like a record, baby. Hold the R button to use the D-pad to rotate the object to a desired viewing angle. Yeah. If you want to zoom in or zoom out... if you want to zoom in or zoom out, I'll move the evidence for you, sir. Press the X button to zoom in and the Y button to zoom out. Investigate every fine detail. If you find something suspicious, please let us know immediately, sir. Move the cursor to a spot of interest and press the A button to... Oh my god. I could probably figure this one out. Let's see. Well, that's interesting. Or I could just take my mouse and drag the thing that way, this way, and that way, and all that. Which is possible. Oh no. I see some things. It's a document of some sort. Let's see, President's security detail. These are the plans for the President's security, sir! It depicts the security layout. The bodyguards' names are written on here, too. Rook and Knightley. Those two guys from the photo, sir.
Interesting.
The bodyguards are not from the Republic of Zengfa.
Seems that the president hired a local security firm.
Why didn't he use the police force of Zengfa?
You want to know the reason? That's another big scoop.
Do you know something about it?
I was just at the Zengfa embassy the other day, fixing to get me some news material. That's when I heard. Sounds like the president's got plenty of enemies. He also don't get along too well with the top brass of the Zengfa police.
I see. He doesn't even trust the people in his own country. This could be related to the assassination attempt.
I see. One of his followers has decided to follow him to the ends of the earth and shoot.
But why would this document be in this bag? That is strange indeed. It concerns the safety of the president normally. It would be under tight security. This bag. There's something else in it, sir.
That's what I was worried about.
Yep. This is... It's a gun, sir! Mr. Edgeworth, could this bag have belonged to the... Indeed, it is possible that the assassin may have thrown it away. It's a revolver. For something like this to appear in a place like this?
Oh, dear.
Is this the work of a professional assassin? You must have used that document to carry out the crime, sir!
I don't know. Oh, and now we have to check the revolver.
This revolver, I will need to take a closer look at it.
And sure, I'll go ahead and use my mouse for this one. Again, very convenient. Well, I think what they want me to check is the rounds inside it, but
this would be the grip. I've held the grip of several guns in the past, but it's never been a very pleasant feeling.
Well, no, because you could potentially kill someone. Let's see. So, grip. Is there anything about the laser sight, perhaps? Here, let's angle it down. Never really needed to use the zoom function. Ooh, oh boy, oh hey, that explains it.
This is a laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with a laser, sir. Just press here and zoom. It's firing a red laser, sir. Brah. Did the assassin use a laser pointer to target the president?
Oh, yes, and I think we know a thing or two about the mole he has now.
Still, there's something about that laser pointer. I think it's a good time to go over the piece of information that I have collected here.
Alright, well, what about the chamber? Yep, that lines up.
This gun fired 2 bullets that That matches the number of gunshots heard. This must be the murder weapon, sir. Hopefully we haven't stuck our fingers all over the thing. This bag has provided us with lots of useful evidence. Dumpster diving really paid off, sir. Good work, Detective. I have one more request. Please tell the forensics team to check the gun and the bag for fingerprints. Yes, sir. Again, we really should be wearing gloves everywhere we go. If we can obtain fingerprints, it would be a huge breakthrough in our investigation. I got the results back. What? That was fast. Of course. I made them double time it. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any fingerprints, sir. Are you certain you did a thorough search? Of course, we combed every inch. We even took out the bullets and examined them, sir. As expected, this won't be easy. So whoever did this might have been wearing gloves. Interesting. Well, your gloves are not fingerless. Okay. Let's see. Drink cup. Random nonsense. I see there's a sign back here. It's a wooden signpost. It seems to have been erected recently. Let's see. The Gaudy Museum is about 50 yards ahead. And 80 yards from here. What is Detective? Speak up. 80 yards from here, there's a boat rental shop. It really hasn't been very long since I was involved in that case. That brings back memories, Detective. Yes, sir. Brings back memories for me, too. A very, very grim case, that one. I don't know if we have to clear out the other side here, but... Yeah, I suppose what they want me to do is actually fit the logic together. What do you have to say, little missy? What's up? Aha, now we can kind of catch up on things, so... Okay. What do you think? Just like a real hero, right? Yes, a new truth has come to light thanks to you. I'm trying to live up to the reputation as the second-generation Yatagarasu. Still, I hope to show you more of what I learned from my training. Your 2-week training? In regards to your training, please tell me you didn't... Don't worry, I didn't steal anything. I'm still taking a break from being a great thief. That's nice to hear. I want to hurry up and fight for the truth, just like my father. But I'm still in training. And I haven't found any members to join me yet. The Yatagarasu, huh? She said that she wanted to recruit some girls to join her. There just aren't that many girls out there who want to become a great thief. Well, I would hope not. Oh boy. But I certainly hope Nicole isn't thinking about doing anything thieverish. This photo of the president and the president from the newspaper. No matter how you look at it, the red mole is a contradiction. It's hard to believe that the red mole just appeared out of thin air. I got it. Let me steal a line that you said earlier. The way to the truth always begins with the smallest thefts. That's not what I said at all. Stealing is an art. I rearranged it to fit my style. Your version seems to have lost the true essence of my words. Oh shit. Whoopsies. I was planning on pressing B, but actually I'm trying to remember. What's the button? Oh, shit. Yep, the B button is on the bottom. I just checked my DS, so yeah, that was reflexive. Anywho, I know what you want me to do. Oh dear God, that's a lot of stuff. Anyway, so we got a laser pointer, and president was targeted during a speech. Premeditated crime. And then the red mole. Okay, the laser pointer and the red mole. Got it. I've solved the mystery of the red mole. Hey, you mean it's not a bug bite, sir? It's nothing like a bug bite or an itchy rash. This is the light from a laser pointer. You mean a gun was aimed at the president's forehead? And right after that, the second gunshot was heard. Oh, God. That's certainly more than just an itch, sir. Indeed, I'm concerned for the president's well-being. It's become more and more likely that this gun was the weapon used in the attack.
I'd say it's pretty much concerned now. Well, confirmed, not concerned. I am concerned.
Why did the criminal use a laser pointer, sir?
That's right. They would have had a beam of light shining from their hands. No, that's not really how it works. Unless it's like a really, really dusty-ass environment, you're not going to have lasers shooting off of your gun. Pew, 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 pew! Way too conspicuous.
And if you follow the path of the laser, you will find out who fired the shot. That's not good at all.
Oh, yeah, I also took some other photos. Maybe the light from the laser pointer was captured on those?
It's a long shot, but there may be a chance. Okay, could you show us those photos?
Coming right up. Yeah, firstly, the photo from before the incident. Freaking selfies.
Your face is taking up most of the frame.
I wanted to get a two-shot of me and the president. This is taken a little before the gunshot. We finally get a view of what the chief prosecutor looks like. Oh, shit, I missed it. Whoops. And here's the one I showed you before. This was right after the first gunshot. And immediately after, a second gunshot rang out. And then... ass!
What is this? You can't really see much in this photo.
Well, let's try and make out what we can see. Well, bald dude in the back, lady, another dude, ass. I think that's Kenny from South Park, way in the back of there. Orange shirt, purple hat. I got nothing. After that last photo, one of the running guests knocked me down. It looked like the shutter clicked just then.
This doesn't look too helpful, pal.
It'll be the thing that finally breaks the whole thing, right? Oh, hey, maybe somebody's got the knapsack on them, and then we can pin it on them. Well, those were all the photos I took. Pretty well. Hey, I can take a look at the pictures now.
I'd like to examine these in a bit more detail.
All right. Which photo? Before, moment, after. I'm gonna look at the before. Oh, dear God. Yeah, I think I see the problem here. Hey! It looks like Kenny's a murderer.
I found it! What? Look, just in front of this person in the red hood.
There!
Yes, that's probably the light from the laser pointer. Then, that red hooded person would be the assassin.
We did it! It's all thanks to me, right?
Right. As expected, the great thief has stolen the truth. Okay, perhaps the criminal can also be seen in the other photos.
Well, do we have everybody rounded up somewhere?
Let me examine these photos one more time.
All right. So the moment of the incident. I mean, that's not going to give much of anything. Nope. Can't really see him in this one. So maybe he's in this one now. Ah, yes, there he is. He seems to be running towards... Is that the samurai dog stand? I think that might be the senator. Ah, there!
The red-hooded assassin. It looks like they're escaping in the panic. Oh, it looks like they're escaping in the panic, sir. We can see the direction they ran in.
Ah, the samurai dog banner!
Right, the assassin escaped towards the right side of the audience area. Detective Gumshoe! Got it, sir! We'll investigate the right side of the audience area.
Oh, damn it.
I'm counting on you.
Right, add on. Am I gonna have to go and investigate that side now, too? Oh, you look grim. And angry.
The red-hooded assassin. Since the park was sealed off, there's nowhere they could have run to. If we follow the trail, we'll definitely catch them.
Unless they have a reversible hoodie.
Now then, let's continue with the investigation.
We'll definitely find some traces of the assassin. Okay, we got ourselves an umbrella. What appears to be some sort of confectionery hat. Ooh, what is this thing?
Flag from the shooting booth is lying on the ground. The crowd probably knocked it over. Judging from all the footprints on the flag, there must have been quite a panic.
Do you know where you can buy these flags, sir?
Why do you want to know? Are you going to write gumshoe on the flag and carry it around with you?
How did you know, sir? God, good God. Don't tell me. Mr. Edgeworth, did you just read my mind, sir?
I meant it as a joke, though. For him to actually have thought that... Okay, so this would be the stand that he would have ran, like, directly towards, I suppose. But before I go and dive into that... there's a samurai. Okay. Pain was with the chief, so the man standing next to Pain is the chief. Oh, interesting. Well, now I just want to take a look at that. Let's see.
Yeah, I see it. Gray-haired asshole.
Probably shouldn't say that. He's my superior. Anyway. It's a hand from the Steel Samurai balloon.
Oh. Mr. Edgeworth, there could be a dying message, sir.
That's nonsense. The president isn't dead.
No, I mean from the Steel Samurai. He could have left one behind.
Listen up, detective. The Steel Samurai is a balloon.
You said it before yourself. Every piece of evidence has a story to tell, sir. I'm certain that the Steel Samurai has one to tell, too.
That wasn't what I meant. In any case, there's no new information here. Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, then we got this stand. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh dear, we got a red thing on the ground. But let's examine the stand. It's a cheap-looking food stall made out of plywood. They're selling samurai dogs.
Mr. Edgeworth, I got $2, sir.
Am I imagining things, or are you suggesting we take a snack break during our investigation?
Of course not, sir. I just thought it could help us with our investigation.
I'll buy you a box when we're finished with the investigation.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
What's with that look on your face? Is there a problem?
No. That was just unexpected, sir.
Kindness. Oh, dear God. Kindness. Okay, so water all over the floor. I can see the skies reflected in the puddle. After the rain stopped.
Was that a haiku, sir? You're quite a poet, Mr. Edgeworth.
I didn't even try it. That was not my intention. Well then, how would you describe it?
How's this, sir? The rain leaves behind the puddle. Just like Mr. Edgeworth's logic leaves me in the muddle.
Not bad for a poet. Not good for a detective. Okay, what is this? This is...
It's a red button, sir. Could this be...
I mean, just because it's a red button doesn't mean it's a red hoodie button. This could be related to the person in the red hood. Or it could not. Sign. They're selling cherry samurai dogs. Wait, cherry samurai dogs. Ew. Cherry hot dogs? I don't believe I've ever had a cherry dog.
I've always wondered, what do cherry dogs taste like?
They use cherries instead of a hot dog, so it probably... oh, okay. It's one of those sweet confectionery, sort of like... have you ever seen, like, the Taco Bell dessert taco? Which is literally just sort of a... It's a chocolate shell on the outside, and it's just got a whole bunch of, like, ice cream on the bottom, and then, like, layers of other nonsense. It's like a taco, except more of, like, an ice cream cone. It's that kind of thing.
Well, why did they call it a cherry dog if there's no hot dog in it, sir?
You do have a point.
The truth about cherry dogs, it remains a mystery, sir. Who knows? Who the hell knows?
Can I deduce anything at this stage? Let me see. Don't think so. What about
stand stuff over here. There are toy rifles lined up neatly on top of the counter. Oh, it's a shooting boat, sir. I hate to brag, but I'm actually pretty good at these. I thought you said that you weren't good with guns. It's not that. I'm good with them. I just don't like guns, sir. Normally, that's what you would call not being good with guns. Nah. You could be good at something, but absolutely hate doing it. So I could see that. I've done that. There's the umbrella, but I don't think that's anything. You got anything to say, Kay? What's up? Nope. Alright, well then I guess the only thing we can do now is have a chat with you. Did you come here to cover the welcoming event? You betcha. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. What time did the event start? I started after the rain stopped pouring. It's been raining all mornings long. President's plane got here at 1:45 p.m. Then the president began his speech at around 2 p.m. When did the shooting occur? I reckon it happened sometime around 2:20 p.m. So it occurred about 20 minutes after the speech began. Yep, it was right then. The sound of gunshots ripped through the air. And the poor old president collapsed on stage. And that's what went down on March 25th, 2:25 p.m. at Gourd Lake Park. What was that all of a sudden? Oh, that. I was just recording some notes. That's for my report. If I think of something good, I take note of it right away. It ain't often you get a chance to cover a presidential assassination. Oh, shush your face. Gotta make it dramatic and heart-wrenched. I'm gonna write me one action-packed article. Did the president actually collapse on stage? The bodyguards escorted him onto the plane, sir. Ah, y'all have to pardon my embellishment. Sometimes I get a little carried away. It seems that it would be best if I took this woman's testimony with a grain of salt. Like most things involved with most of the southern blabbermouths in this game, but... Well now, I guess you could call me a reporter. Sure sounds different when somebody else calls you that. Reporter Nicole Swift. Yep, it's got a nice ring to it. And just to be clear, you are an actual reporter, correct? And training. What? Then how many articles have you written so far? Oh, you mean like actual published works? None at the moment. Yet, you still call yourself a reporter. Well, this case is gonna put me in the spotlight. I done captured the whole entire speech perfectly. No bloopers at all. With this mic and this tape recorder, I'm gonna be shining star in the broadcast world, just like my mentor. Oh, sure. So, Mr. Prosecutor, how do you know my mentor? You're the one who brought up the subject. I may or may not have said something like that. As a reporter, you should take responsibility for your words. But my mentor always tells me a reporter should always leak information freely. Bullshit. Wow. There's absolutely no journalistic integrity in any way on that. What a public nuisance. She told me that when she gave me this here tape recorder, get out there and record all the scandalous scoops you can get. So you create smoke where there's no fire. I'm amazed you call yourself a reporter. I don't start the fires. I just fan the smoke. As far and wide as I can. Isn't that what I just said? Dear shit. Okay, so... Is there something directly here that maybe I missed? Oh, I think so. Because it's saying, I won't rest until I've inspected every single thingy. I can't inspect this lamp. Can I inspect this one? Oh, nope. Food stall, plywood. The hat, maybe? Nope, hat is off screen. Shit. Well, okay. I don't think I can... Is this the grass, or is this another part of, like, the whole spill? Okay, see the sky. That is the sky stuff. Alright, and then we talked about the button. Oh, dude!
There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, please check underneath the food stall.
Something's stuck down here. Oh, let's see. Oh.
It is a red raincoat. Could this be the assassin's? It appears that he got rid of his raincoat before he ran away.
All right, find new evidence. As he was very quick to pull it off. One of the sleeves is inside out, but we can guarantee that the button definitely matches.
The left sleeve. There doesn't appear to be anything out of place.
It's not turned inside out, and the button is still tightly in place.
Even though it was thrown away, it looks a bit too clean. This sleeve. It's inside out. It's also missing a button.
Oh, jeez, that part? I really need to do that part of the logic? Hoy, fine. And look, raincoat sleeve. Red, but I suppose these are supposed to be a little bit easier right now. So, okay. I'll give wiggle room. It'll get stupid later. I should be thankful.
It looks like the fallen button came from this raincoat. It probably fell off when the assassin took off the raincoat.
If you look closely, you can see that the right sleeve is inside out, sir.
It appears they took it off in a hurry. The button was probably torn off. After shooting the president, the assassin disposed of the gun and the bag in the garbage bin. Then, during the panic, they moved from the left to the right side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory led us to suspect someone who was on the left side of the audience area. The assassin then took off the raincoat and hid it under the stand.
We are smarter than this assassin.
The assassin was in a hurry to remove the raincoat. That's why there are signs that the right sleeve was hastily removed.
It also explains why the button was torn off.
If that's the case, why is the left sleeve not in the same state?
That sleeve isn't inside out.
On the contrary, the button is still tightly fixed.
What do you mean, sir?
To find the answer, we must examine the raincoat in detail.
Yay, we're gonna stare at a raincoat for 12 minutes. Or not. Anyway.
The right sleeve is turned inside out.
And you can see where the buttons have been torn off.
Indeed, the raincoat must have been removed in a hurry.
But... okay, I can't examine that part. Oh, what about this? Zipper.
I'd like to investigate the inside of this raincoat.
Detective Gumshoe! Got it! Oh, shit. Blood! How? Why?
This is a blood stain! Judging by the location, this is most likely the assassin's own blood.
So we're looking for someone who's injured, sir?
Not just any injury, Detective. An injury on the left arm.
What do you mean, sir? Left side of coat. Left arm. Yes. Oh, I see. So maybe they were attempting... wait, I get you. He was trying to... So he didn't end up using that side, and so he was very likely in some kind of a sling.
The criminal was in a hurry to take off their coat. That's why the right sleeve is inside out. On the other hand, the left sleeve remained unchanged. How did this difference arise? Quite simply, the assassin couldn't get his arm through the left sleeve. If you think of it like that, it all starts to add up. Furthermore, a blood stain was found on the left side of the raincoat.
I see. He couldn't get his injured arm to fit through the sleeve.
Yes, indeed. I'd say the possibility is quite high.
Okay. I'm trying to piece this together in a way that makes sense to me. I don't think we've met anybody like that. But now we have their blood, so, you know, this is a very easy, straightforward thing.
It's all coming together.
Yay, health! To fix my horribleness when it comes to picking a location of where the gun actually came. There we go. Detective Gumshoe,
I want you to pull our assassin out of the crowd.
Roger that, sir. Someone with an injured left arm, right? I hope there isn't like 12 of those. I don't know why or how, but... You must have a good head on your shoulders if you did see through me, Mr. Prosecutor. Finding the assassin with only that much evidence shouldn't be a problem at all. That's our Edgeworth.
With everyone in the park sealed in, the assassin should still be within the crowd. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe.
Well, let's just see what we find, huh? March 25th, 3:27 p.m., Gourd Lake Park, audience area.
Miss Edgeworth, we found a suspicious person in that condition, sir.
That's gotta be the assassin.
Okay, we haven't proven that the person is the assassin yet.
Jason, way to jump to assumptions. Hail, Edgeworth. Yes.
For now, this is just a person of interest. Don't jump to conclusions, and don't scare them.
Got it. I'll control myself.
There's no doubt this is the guy who targeted the president, sir.
Shut your face! What did I just say?
It takes a daring person to target someone's life in front of an audience. Detective, bring him here. Courteously. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, bring him here.
Okay, friend. Time to have a chat. Wait a minute! What the fuck?
He's not carrying an umbrella, and his left arm is bandaged. You there! State your name! My name is John Doe. John Doe. That's an unusual name. That is correct. This man. Have I seen him somewhere before? Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name? Yes, I've been observing your investigation. May I ask why you have called me here? We are searching for the assassin who attempted to murder the president. Do you recognize this red raincoat? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I do not.
Edgeworth, are you blind?
Yes. I believe that this raincoat belongs to the assassin. Oh my, that's terrible indeed. This person should also have a severe injury on the left side of their body. Precisely like yours. I have no relation to this.
A stare down. Mano a mano. It's like they're firing laser beams out of their eyes. So what happens next?
Obviously a confrontation, Paul. A battle of wits between two gentlemen. Should I hear his explanation?
Oh, by all means.
A witness might lie or misunderstand. If you find a contradiction in their statement, you present evidence, pal. Press the R button to look at the organizer and the X button to present.
And if you don't find a contradiction, what do you do then?
At those times, you press the witness for more details. To press the L button. All right, sir. Could you give us a demonstration, please?
Go, Mr. Prosecutor. You are America's best.
She just won't quit.
Boy, so now are we finally going to arrest your ass? That would be amazing.
I understand that this person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Clearly, my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it's raining, I use an umbrella. I have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat. That's your claim? Yes. Not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I am an umbrella person after all.
I'm definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas will hinder your movement. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka.
This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I hope you understand, I'm not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Oops. Excuse me. In the panic earlier, my wounds seem to have reopened. There's no mistaking the owner of this raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Edgeworth. I hold Gumshoe above my head. He is quite a rag. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colors for all to see.
Alright. So, just because habits. Turnabout to target. Beginning. I wonder how deep the rabbit hole goes. I understand the person in the raincoat is suspicious.
So you admit that the person in the red raincoat is suspicious? Yes, I've been watching your investigation from the audience seating. An assassin? Oh, how dreadful. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof? What if I had evidence to prove that he was injured? You certainly seem confident. I expect no less of you, Mr. Prosecutor. You know of me?
It's because you're famous, sir. Maybe he read about you in the newspaper.
I've been observing your investigation. This man is clearly suspicious. If I expose his lies, I should be able to uncover the assassin's true identity. Meh. Clearly, my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. That looks quite severe. When did you suffer that injury? A short while ago. That's it? Even preparing a single ice cream cone is now a difficult task. Due to the injury, I could not hold an umbrella with my left arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella. I have no need for a raincoat. From what I can see, you don't seem to be carrying an umbrella. I'm sure you're well aware that rain stopped just before the incident occurred. I do remember. Afterwards, the number of spectators swelled. It hasn't even been an hour since then. Are you saying you lost it only a matter of minutes? Yes, exactly. Having our umbrella stolen in that crowd wouldn't have taken that... taken more than that, would it?
That's... He has a point, but...
The fact is, I had an umbrella when it was raining.
I guess it'd be inevitable to lose an umbrella in a panic, sir.
Do you also intend to say it was inevitable his wounds just happened to open?
So then... He wasn't?
All we know is the assassin's left arm is injured.
Interesting. That's a very powerful cloth if it can take up an entire bloodstain like that.
Mr. Doe has an injury. His left arm is even bleeding.
Very suspicious, sir.
The problem is how to link this fact to Mr. Doe. I should use the R button to open the organizer and review the evidence.
I'm a little more manual than that one. Well, oops. Here. This one's pretty easy. That doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Oh shit. Oops. Still getting used to using the controller. Okay. Don't suppose you have proof. Well, let's take a look at our evidence, eh? Damn it. Yeah, I'm completely screwed up. Like, this is an entirely different controller than using the controls on the DS, so... Alright. Red raincoat. Inside is stained with blood. The red hooded figure's left arm is injured. Yep.
Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different. Because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps you have evidence that proves otherwise? Mr. Doe, is your injury all right? The wound seems to have opened. Indeed, it is quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There is no mistaking that the one who wore this raincoat was injured. And I can prove that person was you. with this.
This frickin' the ice cream cone is sweating.
On the inside of this raincoat, there is a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin.
Haha. Plop.
Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident.
No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat and the blood from your bandaged arm.
Yeah, are we allowed to do that? I don't know. I thought about that. I was like, do we have the clearance to be able to just say, we want your blood?
I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president.
I am not the assassin.
You don't know when to give up. If this was a game of chess, you would have been checkmated a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. He seems completely unfazed.
I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine.
He confessed, sir! Arrest him! Arrest him!
However, that does not mean I shot the president.
What's that, pal?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, all you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Oh, I see. We need to prove every single level of this nonsense. I am no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see that bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Yes. Behind that face, behind that scar. Clearing me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat?
Whether he was or not, the person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity.
He's seen some shit, man. Do you seriously not remember? Alright, saves. Because, sure, I don't know, this is real simple and down to the point, but... why not? Save. Turnabout target, go. Simple ice cream salesman. Oh, really?
As an ice cream salesman, you must know quite a bit about ice cream.
But of course, ask me anything you wish.
Rocky Road? Curses! I don't know anything about ice cream. So, what's the most important thing about making ice cream?
Mr. Edgeworth.
The most important thing about making ice cream is honor. Honor? To make ice cream?
Without honor, ice cream is nothing more than sweet ice. Do you understand? I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. I do not get that one. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech.
Why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella?
Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day?
It's strange to purposefully wear a raincoat when you can't get your arm into it.
If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to serve ice cream.
Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier?
I'm terribly sorry. I must have slipped my mind. After all, I just gone through all that.
All that?
The shooting of the president, of course. Yes. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out.
So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off?
Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage, in particular.
You saw it all quite clearly.
I have good eyesight. Well, good eyesight now that you have the monocle.
The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook.
That is correct, and Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual.
From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony.
As you wish. Aha! The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. Let me take a gander at this real quick. Okay, I mean, that kind of lines up. Rook is on the left side of the stage. And the crowd would have been looking at that, they would have seen left. So, that seems to work. Okay. Just trying to make sure that that's not some kind of a weird inconsistency, but...
So the bodyguard on the left was faster?
He reacted in just an instant. His response time was superb. I believe his name was Ethan Rook.
I see. He had plenty of time to react.
Not necessarily.
His expression never changes.
Yeah, he's kind of creepy. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic.
But you yourself did not run?
No, I did not. Aha! What were you doing then? Amidst the panic, someone gave my wound a big wallop. I was in terrible pain. I felt like sparks would shoot out of my eyes. But in reality, no sparks came out.
Sparks don't come out of people's eyes, Kay. The person who wore the red raincoat is the assassin. That's very clear from the photo.
However, Mr. Doe is saying that person wasn't him.
That's just some story he made up, sir. Rip off his disguise, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, in any case, I need to start exposing his lies.
That's right. In order to do that, we should press him for more details. So something tells me that there is something... Let's see. Yeah, there is something odd about what he said here, I suppose. I mean, that's what the game is usually trying to hint at. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. A Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. Is there any proof stating that that is not the case? Let me see. Perhaps I can check these real quick. Both of them appear to be doing the exact same thing after the shot happened. And I think that might be the contradiction. Just the fact that they're literally doing the exact same thing. Neither one of them seems very quick after the first shot. And we have proved that the first shot... Actually, have we proved that? Have we proved that the first shot was the one... Right, I think I got this. Oops, no I don't.
I'd like you to have a look at this piece of evidence.
But of course, what do I have the pleasure of looking at?
Don't you have anything to say?
Nothing in particular.
So, this is the wrong piece of evidence. I need to pay close attention to his testimony in order to find the contradiction.
Again, I'm not entirely sure why the game would be prompting me to press him and then to have this thing pop up. I feel like this is the tutorial to show, hey, shit's hidden. So in that regard, is there something about the newspaper article? Zhang Fa, president, arrives for his visit. No, I guess not. Well then. What, maybe it's something to do with the tape, perhaps, or something? Let me do the check button. Let me look. President raises his fist in the air, atmosphere here, and then gunshots, bang, bang. Shrill old man. According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this. Seem quite pleased that the Yatagarasu incident has been resolved. I don't feel like that has anything to do with anything. Nothing to do with the pistol. Badge! No. I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like the contradiction has nothing to do with that. Let me see. I am no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshots rang out. I think this might be it. I think that it's a little out of order, but I do believe that Kay's camera data would actually... I don't know if the... I don't know. It could be that the pictures kind of have to just go off of her word that that picture was taken after the first gunshot, but let's see. Oh, damn it. Okay. The man on the left side. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Well, that's pretty factual. Again, I have to make the assumption that it's got to have something to do with this. Do I want a clue? No, not yet. A Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. Does it have something to do with, like, maybe the people on stage, perhaps? I don't know. I don't know the background of these two, but one of them does look like a rook, and another one does look like a knight. It has eruption. I guess the only thing I can think is somehow the security plans have got something going on with them. Pay extra attention to the lake area. In the case of an emergency... Oh, hey. Okay. A terrorist in the audience? We can't be certain there isn't one. Pay extra attention to the lake area. So I don't think they would... I don't think he would be paying much attention at all, actually. He would be paying more, like, less attention to the crowd and more about lake. Let's see. That's it. Okay. I needed to read some context clues. Whoops. It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? True. The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook, correct? This is a diagram of the security plans. We learnt their names from this. However, please look, only their surnames are written here. You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself! That was merely a slip of the tongue. That doesn't explain shit. It's true! This guy is the assassin! Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name was quite simple. I'm an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's. How many more staples are we going to be putting into this before it's just like simple ice cream salesman who happens to be connected to a lot of espionage? But you know what? In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish. However, that may prove difficult now. He's currently busy with the President's security, after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? I just can't seem to corner him. Oh, everybody's talking.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him! That man's so suspicious, I'd even arrest him myself.
Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing?
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Breaking news, the criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor.
Maybe I need to play a game of chess. Oh dear, they're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I'll have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood.
What? What?
Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when he was still raining. Or wait, it was still raining, not he was still raining. Raining on our parade. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand, I saw a laser pointer with the light aimed directly at the president. It can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood? I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That's why I took off the raincoat.
You saw an assassin wearing the same color hood as yours?
Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor.
Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident.
Not you, a prosecutor. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there.
Me?
Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Here, right in front of the person in the red.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, that's right. Wow. You were right in the line of a bullet, buddy.
That's me, all right. What's your point?
What's this man driving at? I've been observing your investigation this entire time, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And I've noticed something strange.
Something strange?
It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet.
A contradiction?
In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin.
I don't see anything strange.
Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the president's speech. I believe you're holding the evidence that contradicts this photo.
Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo?
Evidence that contradicts the thing. I'm trying to think about that one. I'm a little bit lost, honestly. Is it the bullet's trajectory? Actually, no. He's specifically talking about people individually.
I could have been shot!
Yes, exactly. Something to do with this thing, maybe? A little bit lost on this one. Maybe I need to, like, hear his explanation again, and then I would be able to figure it out, but... Oh, please. I mean, it might have something to do with this, because I distinctly remember... It's discussing in here. Shrill old man.
According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this.
You seem quite pleased that the Yatagarasu incident has been resolved. So, this might actually be it?
It can't be! There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape.
Seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on?
There's a person missing from this photograph.
Huh? Who is it? Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... oh. Uh-oh. Huh?
Miss Swift?
What do you have to say for yourself? Why would you say that?
Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the chief prosecutor.
Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was the two older men. They kept on whispering to each other.
It seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech.
But she isn't anywhere in this photo.
That is correct.
No, Mr. Prosecutor. Who is the one you should be pursuing?
Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony?
Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine. I ain't got nothing to hide. Boy, you're very confident.
So I did it good for once?
Not quite. Maybe. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to tape my record. So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think. Well, let's figure that one out.
Miss Swift's tape recorder, a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor.
Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean...
You didn't mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal?
Y'all gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that.
Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony.
I don't reckon so. No, sir.
It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence.
Oh, dears. You love ad-libbing for Ace Attorney. It is pretty fun, especially when you actually know the background of a bunch of characters. I'm a huge fan of the judge. He is just sub-bumbling, but he's got a good heart. All right. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording.
You were moving around while you were recording. Why were you doing that?
What do you mean? Why?
Surely when recording a speech, it is best to remain still.
That's it. Well, you know, the importance of covering a story from every angle. I wanted to convey the living, breathing event in print. Yes, sirree, you betcha.
If you were moving around, I doubt your tape would have picked up anything coherent.
Well, it's like I done said. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there.
Here and there. Could you be more specific? Such as the side you were on?
When I say here and there, it means just that. I was all about the place. Couldn't swing a dead cat in that crowd. You expect me to remember where I was?
Could you at least remember if it was the left or the right side?
Left, I reckon.
Person in the photo is also on the left side. Is this just a coincidence?
Probably. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording.
So you're saying it is logical that you can't be seen in this photo?
Yep, I was near that prosecutor when his voice got recorded. But I reckon this picture must have been taken when I was far away. No doubt about it. Ain't nothing wrong here, as far as I can see.
So you're saying the photo and the recording were taken at different times?
Darn tootin'. It ain't about the equipment, it's all about the timing.
What if they were both taken at the same time? If I can prove that, her entire testimony will collapse.
So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think.
Scary face, the way I speak to others is not intended to come across as intimidating.
Then why don't you try relaxing a bit more? You make that face when you put all that tension in your brow. No matter what you do, always do it with a smile, don't you agree?
I am searching for the criminal who attacked the president. This is no laughing matter.
Said the prosecutor with a grin on his chin like the Cheshire Cat. End quote.
What fruitless nonsense. I should show her what a real scary face looks like.
Nicole seems rather aloof about all this. Still, she just doesn't seem like the kind of person to tell harmful lies.
I agree that she doesn't seem like a person with ill intent, but if that's the case, there must be something even worse troubling her. In any case, Miss Swift's movements have been recorded on that tape. Surely I have evidence that sheds some light on this.
All right, so... that's all of the testimony she's got. This picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. Well, what do I have that proves the, I mean, the tape recording directly itself proves that she was recording and then immediately shots rang out. I mean, she was like right friggin' there. I feel like the recording would actually prove it. Yeah.
Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie.
I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist.
I don't know. Your mentor would say otherwise. Perhaps, but there's no denying that this photo and the recording were taken at the same time.
Ooh. It looks to me like I disconnected and reconnected from the chat. Are we still connected? Send me a message if that's the case. That's so? What makes you say that?
The truth lies in these photos. This photo could only have been taken at the time as you're recording.
Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? Well, the speech was happening at the time, so...
Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air?
What about it?
Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time?
Nah, you ain't gonna hear a word. Way you've been treating me. Southern drawl.
Would you rather we charged you with obstruction of justice and seized it from you?
Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor.
The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist?
No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I will not allow them to exist. The president raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch.
Raises his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the president raised his fist overhead.
Then that means Nicole not being in this photo is really strange.
Oh, but she is in the photo right here. The person in the red hood, it was you, Nicole Swift. You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal?
That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat.
This red raincoat in question belongs to...
Well, let's see. I still didn't get any response about the whole chat thing, so... Here, I think I'm going to refresh this page. Just to make sure it's clean. Okay, again. Do we have connection to chats? Let me know. I'll also refresh the other one just in case. Should be fine. Anywho. I was asking before, am I still connected to chat? Because I noticed I disconnected and reconnected. I don't want any weird glitches tonight. The red raincoat in question belongs to... Must have been AFK. I don't know. Screw it.
Neither of them. The raincoat belongs to neither Miss Swift nor Mr. Doe.
Then, whose is it?
Don't you get it? It can only belong to one person.
I don't get it. Who is that person, sir?
Wait, I'd like to take back what I just said. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was your first day on the job, Mr. Prosecutor.
Shit. I just wanted to see what would happen.
I should remember the details of Mr. Doe and Mr. Swift's testimonies.
Okay, so it is his for sure.
Especially the numerous things we found out about the raincoat.
Okay, yeah, it's John's.
Whoops. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood.
You mean there were 2 red hoodies, sir?
Mr. Doe's last testimony was true.
But we didn't find any other red raincoats.
What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka?
Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and...
As I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is red!
Indeed. And during the incident, she was using that side.
What? Hey, pal, what's the big idea?
You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day.
Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka?
What are you expecting to find?
We know it was raining prior to the president's speech. I believe you said earlier.
Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka.
If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. The inside should be completely dry.
Sorry, I'm so addicted to stupid Flex Seal memes. Hang on a minute. I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time?
You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? All right then, pal. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka.
It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin.
Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka?
I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I saw this plane in half. Yes, that's about right. I'll tell you everything. Just quit bullying me.
Oh?
Why?
Whose voice was that?
Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the end game. Who? Oh, hey, dude. What's up? Can you shed some light on shit?
Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move?
This man was in Kay's photo.
Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is...
Fancy pantsy smancy, stancy blancy. The gunman.
Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Whoa, watch it, pal, that's not a toy! Whoa, my bad.
She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer?
He's security detail.
She's a lady of Zhangfa. Only the president's bodyguards are authorized to use it.
Get it? Horse. Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, back to business. I've got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which you want to hear first?
It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish.
You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I got you. I'll start with my pawn.
It seems you enjoy chess.
You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit?
It's Edgeworth. And I do have a fondness for chess.
Is that so? Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The president's safe. Not even a scratch on him.
Thank God.
Really? Oh, that's great, pal. It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all.
Good for you, Nicole. But
Whoa, there. Don't forget, there's still the bad news. The president is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life.
Uh-oh. This would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the president.
He's a hero, I guess.
What?
Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means Nicole...
Means that the little lady killed him. My brother in arms.
That ain't true. I ain't a murderer.
Oh, Jesus, put that down, man. Whoa there, put down, little Miss Murderer. Jeez, even we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king. It was a pretty bad move. That casting. Sacrifices and... Oh, the castles, rather. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir?
They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president's.
This guy sure talks funny, sir. I'd say.
Horace Knightley, was it?
What do you want?
I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president.
Sorry, but I can't let you do that.
What?
I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy.
There's another piece of news?
From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zhengfa police.
What?
Whoa, what's going on, pal?
This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere.
You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Yatagarasu case.
I'm honored.
That's why the chief prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case.
Seems the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president.
But it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an interactional incident. Capiche? Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane.
No. I didn't do nothing.
Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Zhengfa justice?
Mr. Prosecutor, please help me. Miss Swift. It's clear that Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please, believe me.
Let's try and figure this one out.
Is it really all right for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime.
You don't know.
If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost in the darkness.
Hold it. Gar.
Eh? What?
Oh, what the? You?
Shit! Silence! What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury is yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. Have you already forgotten?
No. Not you. Not now.
Seems you've remembered.
Hey! What are you doing? Cut it out, pal! You've got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop. Stay out of this. He's out of your league.
Mr. Doe, what on earth are you? I'm not merely a simple ice cream salesman. I knew that already.
He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelley DeKiller.
Shelley DeKiller? Yes, you figure it out now. There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name DeKiller. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct.
I received a request from a key individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses! I was careless. I'm glad I had a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park. Even though my calculations were a little off. A knife, not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play that game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life.
What are your demands?
I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Why?
Investigative authority?
What are you playing at?
I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I'm simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn.
Why, you're just using the investigation to get close to the president.
And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plane.
As the leader of the president's bodyguard, I won't allow it.
Oh, I thought you were only second in command.
Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge.
I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was.
What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now.
Very well. In that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue?
He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he go to all the trouble? What is this man thinking?
Oh, he's kind of a genius, so do not even slightly sniff at him.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let's continue the investigation.
Being led on by a string.
Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir?
But now we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But listen well, detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape.
Right. Roger that, sir.
To be continued. Oh, noes. Well, I don't want to have a ridiculous scenario where I stream for an extremely long period of time. And we've already been streaming for almost 3 hours, so... On top of that, I want to be nice with my voice. So I think I'm going to actually call it for now. Oh my god. Well, this is a fun little introduction. I'm glad I'm playing it, that's for sure. I'm glad that there was an option. So again, I want to thank everybody involved in making the patch. This has been very interesting. And if you don't know who made the patch, I would recommend going over. The main page is over on GBA Temp. Maybe Google it, look it up. Big old list of credits for everybody who made it. And I'm having fun so far. I'm trying to determine who it is that are inside all these silhouettes in the background, though. Let's see. So we got a guy who is in a cowboy hat. I mean, I do have the box sitting right here, so I can clearly tell cowboy dude. And another lady that I don't recognize. Anyway, yes, I'm interested in continuing this sometime soon, but for now, we're going to call it. So, thanks for popping up for the first stream. I appreciate it. If you want to take a look at it after it's done, I think I'm going to cut down some of the issues I had with attempting to try and find the spot where the shooter was. And I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube after that's done and after it's processed and all that. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Some other stuff. Just an FYI, I'm not going to be playing Stardew Valley tomorrow because I mentioned it before. I don't... I think I mentioned it the last stream. Turns out, Victor is going to be busy, so unfortunately he can't join up. So maybe next week I'm going to key up with him and see if he's available.
playing this instead? I don't think so. That would be interesting. I would like. I don't know. I tend to split things off based off of weeks. It's not the most It's not the most efficient machine, but it works. Likely, I'm probably going to be playing Breath of the Wild, since I have not gotten back to that, and I really want to. Do it for Edgy. I don't think so. No, I'm getting very close to finishing up the whole motorcycle thing with Breath of the Wild, and I want to dive back into that, so I'm probably going to be doing that tomorrow. Let's see, I've also been playing West of Loathing, which that's been a ridiculous cartoon adventure, that's for sure. I've also been thinking about doing a Hat in Time mod sometime pretty soon. Okay, then. I guess Knightley is going to remain in danger. Yeah, let's just make that canon. He is still in a horrifying threat. It's fine. He doesn't need to eat or go to the bathroom. And I'm sure the adrenaline will keep him alive. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should be mentioning. I think that's about it. Anywho, yeah. I'm gonna call it. Again, thanks for coming out. See you next time.